right. Welcome to this spiritual frequency, Machiwa, Holy Ones. From the Emerald Order perspective, tonight we're going to be talking about the creation. What is creation? What is the reality that we exist within? This is something that's kind of like foundational to these teachings, because you would say it's pretty much necessary to understand how the creation is set up, how it works, because that helps you understand many things. It helps you understand consciousness. It helps you understand source, God. Helps you understand angels. It helps you understand aliens. But because without that context, it's very distorted, because there's a lot of models out there, even in the mainstream science. We talk about some of the conspiracy theories, like the secret space program, or some of the things that they even talk about. They say that the science is purposely distorted. Math has distortions, and so we're here tonight just to talk about how the Guardians explain our hologram of matter. Hologram. It's a hologram system. And so it's one of the fundamental things I want you guys to think about is it says, okay, as long as we're still alive, is the smallest particle in existence. Everything is based, this creation of this 15-dimensional time matrix, it's called, on the particle. Now, in mainstream science, they talk about small particles or atoms, electrons, subatomic particles, quarks, all these different terms. But the scientists, the Guardians say there's something much, much, much smaller that the mainstream science hasn't discovered. What we call ultra micro particles. Now let me just check chat and make sure it's okay. Yeah, it looks like we got just when you do a live, you got to make sure everything's working. Looks like we're good to go. There we go. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. This is something I talk about a few times a year. It's important to talk about the time matrix mechanics and how it all ties in together with these spiritual awakening teachings. It also helps you understand ascension. It helps you understand that how, there's so many distortions in the New Age or other occult systems or religious systems. There's either some reverse mechanics on it, or it's some distorted mechanics, or you don't get the whole picture. And so this ties into consciousness. This ties into the chakra system. The Guardians talk about stargates and portals and parallel universes and parallel earths. And so this is something taught in the fundamental video workshop called Kathara Biospiritual Healing, or just Kathara Healing. That is the introduction, since the teaching started with Ashiana Dean, Speaker 1, in the early 1998 period. That was the first thing she started teaching. Her first workshop was called 1998. That one was, I forgot what it's called, you guys. I'll probably think of it in a moment, but she went and started talking about particle. She talked about, the ultra micro particles and the dimensions, and how there's 15 dimensions, and there's different levels of density matter. See, our scientists just talk about carbon matter. Okay, think of matter as the density of the reality, the density of bodies. Okay, so with carbon matter being the most dense. If you want to imagine it, just imagine the most atoms in the space. And as we get higher up, we get less and less dense, less atoms. So it's more like ghost-like in the higher dimensions. So we use those not interchangeably, because dimensions are not the same as densities, because you'll hear that happening all the time in spiritual circles, okay? There's a big difference. Actually, each universe is called a density universe, or also sometimes a holographic universe. Those words are interchangeable. Density universe or holographic universe. And so they're talking about the same thing. I prefer the word density universe because that is articulating that has to do with how dense matter is. And so there's, like I said, there's stages of density matter. There's stages of frequency, dimensional frequency. Just like you have radio, AM, FM radio, right? There's different frequencies, how fast the speed is, how the waveform is, compared to another, like say, 100 FM radio versus 107 FM radio. Those are existing in the same space, literally in the same space, but at different frequencies. They don't see each other. They're not running into each other. It's the same thing with creation, with reality. There's many different levels of these realities, just like there's many different radio waves, microwaves, radio gamma rays, all different kinds of waves in the same space, but just at different frequencies. It's the same thing with consciousness. It's the same thing with body matter. It's the same thing with, so you're going to have beings that have much faster frequency body matter and density matter. So they're in a different universe that has much finer, much faster particle spin and angular rotation of particle spin, different angles. And so all these realities, all these beings can exist in the same space. Think about it. It's a hologram system. It's all, you would say, a manifestation process. That which was spirit, non-manifest, becomes manifest in the hologram of matter. That is what reality is. It doesn't make it fake reality or an alternate reality. It is how our reality is. You'll even have quantum physicists comment about, let me double check the chat. Okay, I want to make sure it's working. Talk about, one of the branches of mainstream science that actually talks about possibilities of parallel universes, okay, and that how reality is not physical, physical, that's the illusion, an intentional illusion, not a negative one, but it's just like, let's say you wanted to participate in a multiplayer virtual reality system. So you can go into the computer system with special goggles, and you put the goggles on so you feel like you're in the world with other people. They're also in the world with you. You're participating in that arena. Okay? And so as you participate and either cooperate or conflict, you're playing out, it's all happening inside a hologram. So this is, mechanics are talked about, like I said, I'll actually reference it on the screen tonight. The PDF, that's the Kathara Biospiritual Healing, that goes into dimensions. It goes into time continuums, time vectors. It goes into, how there's different universes, and every single universe has 3 dimensions to it. So let's say the one that we're in is called the first harmonic universe, or like I said before, density universe, harmonic universe, density universe. That's the lowest one, the least evolved one, the most. So the more solid your universe is, the least evolved it is. Because imagine beings who aren't limited to just having to walk on surfaces, who are actually naturally levitating, in less dense matter, just like you see. I mean, this is just an analogy. You go on like a planet that has less G-force, gravity. You feel like you're not limited to physical reality like you normally are. Okay, because sometimes people say gravity is a bitch, right? So, I mean, it can be hurt you. You realize there's certain mechanics here. There's consequences to those mechanics, and so. But when we start talking about these more evolved universes, they're less dense. The beings are less dense. They appear as ghost-like to our carbon matter reality and our carbon matter bodies, our carbon matter objects. This has all of this has more matter, more atoms than it does in the higher realities. So this explains the confusion or distortion of belief systems, okay, that think those beings are spirits. See? They're not spirits. They're physical beings, but less dense physical beings. And they exist there, we exist here, but they can communicate here, travel here through stargates. We're going to talk about those, portals. So higher, more evolved, less dense beings can travel to this reality, not through light speed, like you see in Star Trek or other space shows. They come here through portals or stargates, which are doorways. You go through the doorway, you change your physical density. You go. If you're going down into dimension or density matter, your vibration is going. Your frequency is going slower. You go up in frequency. Let's say we're in the third dimension, and you travel through a gate. Portal to it's a stargate to another higher fourth dimension, fifth dimension. Well, you're vibrating faster, and you will hear some of these mechanics being played out when great aliens abduct humans. There's all kinds of phenomena happening that, wow, I guess there was some type of out-of-body experience where the body. See, that's another thing right there. Let me capture that before I lose that. When you have an out-of-body experience, first of all, you're not the body. The body is a vehicle for the spirit essence, the consciousness. That means he's spirit, because I just said spirits is a distortion. This is, you would say, housing. Your spirit, there we go again. Your consciousness is embodied in the 3D density. The 3D body. And so when it dies or it goes to sleep even, your consciousness is not sleeping. Your consciousness doesn't die. Your consciousness, which people call the soul, is eternal. It doesn't have a beginning. It will not have an end. Your body has a beginning and your body has an end. Okay, it can deteriorate. We see it decompose, go into, nothing left but your skeleton. That can decompose farther into just ash or just, this is this carbon matter playing itself out. And so there's higher levels of reality, though, where they don't have death like we do. They don't have the same physics. They don't have the same experiences. Can you imagine experience of living on Earth, and then you go start living on the moon or on Mars, less gravity? Your experience is completely different in these different levels of creation. And it's also going to be different levels of time. Now, space-time doesn't exist. It's all a hologram. However, we can reference time while we're in the hologram experience. Remember, this is an intentional experience of what is designed to work to perceive that you're an individual, you're not. To perceive that you're physical, you're not. But God, the guardians, they wanted to experience what that was like. And so this is something that you eventually will remember. You know, you forgot that you were this multidimensional being. Remember, I just mentioned there's several dimensions. So that little, detail right there is we exist in many different levels of reality simultaneously. We have simultaneous existence, simultaneous lifetimes playing out. Because what the design of creation is, it starts at the top. See, the science of Earth says we evolved this way. We were these little microbes. We became these little greater organisms. We became these fish. We became, there's all kinds of theories, different ideas about it. You become these. You start to walk on water. Walk out of the water onto land, crawling. Your fins, your flippers become arms or legs, and eventually you're upright. It's all BS, man. It's all nonsense. That's the evolution theory. It's all distorted, intentionally distorted science. Remember, they themselves call it a theory. These 15-dimensional time mechanics is not theory. This is universal, not limited to Earth. This is something taught, explained, understood, experienced in all these different levels of creation. Okay, it is on Earth and other places that have distortions like we said earlier, have forgotten what the matrix is, don't perceive the matrix, the completeness, they only see a part. And so this is what we're going to be talking about tonight, you guys. I'm just introducing it. I'll be showing diagrams. I'll be showing this and Kathara on the screen so we can look at it together. This isn't an opinion. I'm not making stuff up. I'm not pulling stuff out of my butt, okay? This is something that my teachings are based on the Emerald Guardian teachings, the inner Christos Law of One teachings. And it is the fact that this is a hologram, it's a unified field, everything is connected by these ultramicro particle physics, ultramicro particles. That's why everything is literally connected. There is no empty space. There's no such thing as void. There is no such thing as nothingness, because everything is in the time matrix, exists at the most fundamental level. The most smallest level, everything is connected at the smallest level, which is ultramicroparticles. Ultramicroparticles create your body. Ultramicroparticles are creating the planet. The ultramicroparticles are creating the air and the space. They create these subatomic particles. They create the quarks. They create the atoms, the electrons, the protons. And actually, in Kathara, they explain that stair-step process. And then when you realize that the guardians themselves call this a unified field, that's where the law of one comes in. We're all connected. It's all made of consciousness. That's the fundamental thing right there. Creator gods, source gods, the God force, the ones. Consciousness is a field. God is not a person, is not a gender, okay? Doesn't have a body, doesn't have a name. Source God is frequency, it's energy, not a he, she. God is consciousness. Is not limited to a body, not limited to a gender, not limited to an alien race. God is beyond that, not limited to that. The one, the unified field, is omnipresent, is everywhere. There is no space that is not source God. So that's a lot of, I've made hundreds of videos of exposing those teachings that say you're separate from God. It's impossible. You couldn't escape this unified field. You're in it. You couldn't escape it if you wanted to. Why would you want to? So thank you guys for joining us tonight. let me light my incense and say hello to chat. I remember that when I first started learning particle, quantum science, it's also called, it was like very, very confusing for me. But I didn't give up. I wanted to understand. So I kept on repeating, relearning, rereading, rewatching the videos of the Emerald Order teachings. Over the years, I finally got it. I understood this particle phasing. We'll go into more detail. Which is, this will blow your mind. According to these mechanics, there is an alternate parallel universe. It's more accurate to call an alternate time matrix. And so it's called technically the antiparticle universe, but you can also just call it the parallel universe. So there's two parallels. There's our particle universe and the antiparticle universe. And what's happening is it disappears on one side, and then you can call that turning on. No, that's turning off, right? You turn off, flash off on this side, and then you flash on this side. Flash off, flash on, flash off, flash on. So this universe disappears. This one appears. This is the particum. This is the particle. Particle, particum, particle, particum. But there's a part of it that's a backflow, that's unifying. See, there's a stage where it's unified into one particle, particum, one omniverse. You're in the omniverse, or you're in the particle or antiparticle. So, but it's happening so fast we don't see it. But it is a. That's the thing I wanted to say is that is a trick to understand that every one of us are flashing off for an ultra microsecond. And then flashing back on, flashing off. It exists here, exists there, exists here, exists there, here, until you see a tire moving. It starts to go so fast you can't see the detail of the tire or whatever, or airplane propeller. It goes so fast it's like vanishing in front of your eyes. It doesn't vanish, but you know what I'm saying, as the appearance of that. That's the appearance of the hologram. It's turning off and on, and because it's going from electric to magnetic, now it's electromagnetic. It's a particle, particum. It's a particle. It's antiparticle. Okay, so this is polarization. Okay, this is duality. Okay, because there's so many distortions in people saying we're duality. No, we're not. The universe is in dual state. Okay, they take that concept and they distort it, and now we're light beings, and we have sin or darkness in us. So we're good and we're evil. That's a distortion. That's a false light teaching. That's an inversion. That's a lie, intentional lie. Okay, what it is really mean by duality, what's really mean by polarization, polar, one side or the other side, polarize. It's a mechanical thing. It's a scientific thing. It's part of the spiritual science. It's a phasing thing. Okay, it has nothing to do with your character or your soul or your consciousness. It's ridiculous. But that's not tonight's video. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. As we talk about this fundamental teaching in the Emerald Order Freedom Teachings. Just doing that spiritual hygiene, cleansing the light body. You don't need this to do it. It helps. You're co-creating with it. Helps to clear out the space, protect the space, cleanse it with intention, with consciousness. That's what this reality and tonight's topic is made of. Consciousness. The hologram is consciousness. You can't. So that's that. The quantum physicists are sort of like the closest science to understanding that. Science hasn't found the soul. They don't believe in the God. They don't believe in aliens. Are you crazy? But they call us crazy for believing in those things. But it's a narrative. It's an agenda. That's why a lot of people are trying to bring disclosure, disclose, reveal, bring out the truth. That is what disclosure is about. So we're going to be bringing out some of that truth tonight. Disclosing, baby. Christos disclosure. What's up, homies? We got Georgina in the house. Welcome, Star Sister. She says, hello, spiritual family. And tonight we're talking about dimensions and stargates and parallel universes, but a lot of people coming won't want to hear the spiritual stuff. They're going to cringe. They don't like that. They don't believe in that stuff, so they don't like to hear that stuff mixed in with science. One thing you'll realize that there is no difference in science and spirituality. They're the same thing. Okay? You can't have science without spirituality. You can't have spirituality without science. Okay? That's how you explain the 15-dimensional time matrix as a spiritual science, as something to do with consciousness, identity, frequency. But consciousness is energy. Energy is consciousness, and it is live. You can't there's no such thing as something dying. It just changes form. Even the scientists say that. Well, they don't say it in regards to death, but they will say that nothing ever dies. It just changes form. But that applies to human beings too. Your body is just changing form. It didn't disappear. It's gonna, or just like water becomes ice, and then the ice can be melted and become vapor. It didn't disappear. It's changing forms. And just like it's a 15-dimensional time matrix, when you go from carbon matter to the carbon etheric matter, you're changing form. You have a whole different body. You have a whole different consciousness. Okay? A whole different abilities, memories. God is great. I mean, this is actually beautiful when you understand this, because you understand a lot of the more advanced stuff that most people in New Age have no clue about. These teachings talk about the Merkaba, not the distorted reverse Merkaba, the actual Merkaba, which is a star tetrahedron. This is part of these mechanics. That a star tetrahedron is what opens the gateway. A stargate is a Merkaba. A Merkaba is a star gate, a gate to another world, to another reality, to another consciousness, to another body matter. And so, thank you guys for joining us. What's up, homies? Thank you for being here, Georgina. Spiritual family. So glad to be here with you all, watching with my dear friend Dominic. Welcome, Dominic. Bless you, brother. Star Child. Woohoo! My Chiwa Holy Ones. You missed the darn live? What? Oh, the last live. Oh, with the interview with Brian. Well, watch the replay, brother. We also have another interview previously before that one with Brian. He's very informative. He's brilliant, and he's my friend, so I'll be doing work with him as well. But he'll be on the show again. But anyways, thankfully we have the replays in case if you missed it. Good to see you, brother. Star Child. Nathan Unisai. Hey, Thavi in the chat. What's up? My name is Anhazi, but that's my old username. But thank you for being here, Nathan. Bless you, brother. Got Rosalind. Oh, sorry. Rosa Luna 5705. Hello, Mr. Machiwa. Hello, Rosa. Bless you. Sandra Pemet. Hello, Machiwa. All love, light, ease, and flow. I like how you said that. You got some poetry going on, sister. What's up, spiritual G? And we got Magi, Queen, Celine. What's up, Star Sister? Much respect to our moderator. Thank you for being here, sister. Love you. She's one of our moderators tonight. She's going to be watching out for trolls. You guys can, disagree with what I'm saying. You can talk about that in chat. Just don't be profane, cuss, and don't be trolling and posting all these comments in a row. That's why we have moderators, because I can't look at the screen the whole time, but the moderators are checking for that stuff. So thank you, Celine. Shelly Penn in the house. Hello from New York City. What's up, Big Apple? Woohoo! Good to see you, Shelly. Infoscope. Hey, I'm really resonating with everything you've been saying, bro. Been watching your past videos to catch up on everything, but my life has been changed due to the information you put out. So you got me. Well, change is good in that respect, in that context, because that's what spiritual awakening is. It is change. It's transformation, because what was working before is not working. It's not working. It's not helping. It's not healing. It's not doing you a service anymore. This is where change comes in. A spiritual journey, an awakening, is about change. You're awakening, Holy One. Bless you. And you don't have to believe everything I'm saying or teaching. And once again, what I'm saying and what I'm speaking and teaching is coming from these teachings, from the Emerald Order teachings. When you understand consciousness, and that's a huge family of multidimensional simultaneous consciousness, we are the guardians, representing, doing service as starseeds, indigo children. We're not better. We're not chosen ones. That's New Age BS. Okay? Humans made up that one, that God chooses favorites. BS, it's all about the law of one. Law of the one. Not many are the one. There's no such thing as separation. It's impossible. As you will learn from tonight's topic, the multiverse is a unified field. Unified. Connected. When we understand that, then maybe unity consciousness will make more sense to you. Okay? Maybe omni-love, loving all, because it's the one, because it's source God. Oh, what about axe murderers and fallen angels and demons? That's not God. Everything is source. In the hologram, what we're talking about tonight, the time matrix, you can't have distortion. Outside of the time matrix hologram, there is no distortion. It's all based on omni-love. They're all living in pure joy and love. No distortions, no polarization, no duality, no hologram. But this is the hologram. So we do have distortion. We do have axe murderers and fallen angels, because it's a free will system. It's an experiment of Source God. Source wanted to experience polarization, particle and antiparticle. This isn't God's intention, but God also intended, it was God's emerald covenant, a covenant that says this is based on free will. This time matrix, our 15-dimensional time matrix, because there's other ones, this one is based on love and free will. So that's God's intention. But when this life fields were created, different levels of beings were created, they used their free will to go against that original intention. I have free will. I'm not going to go along with that. I'm going to make up my own ideas and do my own agendas. I will play God. That's what's happening. That is what we call distortion. You don't call it evil. You can sense that it's dark and harmful, but it's the guardians call it distortion. And you understand law of one. Well, it's God in a hologram that begot free will, and you used it in a distorted way. But that has consequence. This is a spiritual science. You do something in the matrix, it has a result. So this type of consciousness I just described is going to start falling, which is another way of saying fragmenting. It's how the mechanics work. It's how the matrix works. So if you become distorted, you become hateful, you become dark and twisted, your DNA template is not the original, that's a distortion. And you go into a falling state. It has consequence. You will go into something called unconscious oblivion. What's that word? Oblivion. Annihilation, destruction. You are annihilating yourself. It doesn't happen like this. It happens over lifetime, millions of, thousands of years, millions of years, billions of years. So it's a process. Okay? Ascension is a process. Falling is a process. So I just mentioned earlier, we have a particle and an antiparticle, but we also have something called the phantom. All of those conscious falling angels, demons, humans, whatever, those are falling into another matrix of reverse consciousness. Okay? This is living consciousness. Okay? When you go into a reverse, you're falling into a black hole system. The Guardians call it a subtime space distortion field. There's that word, distortion, not the original, not God's original intention. But God wanted to experience this system as free will. Give free will to all life here. And some abuse that free will. But not all. Many of us are choosing love and grace and fearlessness, mindfulness, healing, okay, loving, reverent respect, okay, while others are going against that. I made a video today called about the fallen angels. Look it up, check it out. These beings are choosing this path of chaos. This is why they're all about death and sacrifice, anarchy. They're chaotic beings. They're phantom beings. They choose that path, but it has consequence. Now it goes into, over time, they're going to go into fragmentation. That means you're going to go into a smaller version of yourself. Not the original powerful angel or archangel you used to be. You're going to become some demonic creature, smaller creature, literally smaller in body matter, smaller in consciousness. And you keep on, if you keep on falling, you're going to go into space dust. There's nothing left. There's just a tiny quantum, a tiny little micro particle quantum that source God recycles into new life, new purpose. Nothing dies. Everything returns back to the God, baby. Either through expansion or through fragmentation. You go back to source. Everything is source. This is a hologram experience. God is having experiences here as us, as faces of source, as individuations, in quotes, because nothing is an individual. Remember, we're the one having the illusion of putting itself in all these different levels of different frequencies. God put itself here, and then put itself here, and put itself in higher states, lower states, and higher states. The 15-dimensional states, 15-dimensional bandwidths of frequency, 15-dimensional realities, 15-dimensional conscious fields, frequency alignments, and some of it is considered distorted, some of it is considered blessed without distortion, eternal life, no death, immortality. Okay, when you start having distortion in your DNA templates and your consciousness, you start falling into diseases and cancers, mutations, which is not fun, by the way. So those beings choosing the free will to go into these distorted fragments, it's not fun. It's horrific. It's painful. It's uncomfortable. You know, all those negative things that we can experience, that we are experiencing, because humans are in a distorted level. Remember, it doesn't happen like this. It happened a long time ago, literally hundreds of millions of years ago. We're still experiencing, playing out that karma, that personal karma, whatever you did in your own lifetimes, but also the human race karma. As a race, we're experiencing a racial karma, but we're also experiencing a planetary karma, Earth planetary karma, but we're also experiencing a galactic karma. All those wars, Tauran wars, Gaian wars, that's karma, baby. We're not supposed to be in war, but we chose that. We chose death and killing. Okay? Not loving and respecting. So we have galactic karma, and we also have universal karma. Wow, gee, personal, racial, planetary, galactic, and universal karma? Okay? So we're not experiencing great, fun, joy all the time. We will experience pain. We will experiencing aging and sickness and all those not so fun experiences in the hologram. Or we can change things around and heal ourselves and learn these actual multidimensional healing mechanics and start to have a better quality of living, existing, perceiving. So, Machiwa, holy ones. I'm on fire, baby. What's up? I want to take this moment, just this moment. I don't know if you guys know, but I hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and that's like a landmark. When you hit that landmark, YouTube sends you this, what do they even call it? I forgot what it's called, but I'm going to do unboxing with you together. It feels so wonderful that I've chosen the inner Christos teachings, and I took that knowledge, I spread it around the world. Love, omni-love, and reverent respect, and fearlessness, and joy, and so, man, it's a great honor. And it's not a title or some, reward. It's just you would say, I've reached this in my journey. This is part of my journey. So, YouTube journey, baby. I mean, I have a few 100,000 on Instagram and TikTok, but YouTube hit 100K. Unboxing! Woohoo! What do we got here? How do I unbox this? Shit. It's a mystery. Here we go. It's got some little thing out here I gotta slide out maybe. Yeah, baby. What's up? Unboxing. Oh, let me see this. My other glasses, right? Do you remember your first subscriber? Your 100th? Your 1000th subscriber? Chances are you do. And we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, your audience stayed. And their numbers increased because of you and the community you built. Almost done. We're proud to honor your impressive milestone. That's the word I was looking for. Milestone. Of reaching 100,000 subscribers. Not an easy feat, by the way. Took me 4 years. With the Silver Creator Reward. Congratulations! We know that you have many more stories to share with your community, and we know your fans can't wait for you to amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. So keep creating, holy ones. They didn't say that, I said that part. Keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next. And we're here to support you along the way. And who knows? When you remember your 100 Well, who knows? When you remember your 100,000 subscriber, when you reach your millionth subscriber, we may just write to you and ask, do you remember your 100,000th subscriber? Yours sincerely, Neil Mohan, YouTube CEO. Wow. It's called the Silver Creator Award. My Silver Creator Award! Woohoo! Christos Avatar TV, baby! Let me take it out of this plastic. Unboxing this reward. Silver. Christos Avatar TV. And you guys, I want to thank all of you. Thank you to my 100,000 subscribers. Bless all of you in your spiritual journey. You found something here that you resonated with, brothers and sisters. I hope you're walking in that healing and you're enjoying that awakening. Much respect to your spiritual journey. Love to all of you. Reverent respect to all of you. Thank you for helping this channel grow, survive. Yeah, it was survival. Thank you for your commitment to and regular attendance. A lot of you are regulars. Thank you so much, you guys. It's been an honor. And we're not done yet. We got so much more to do. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you for the YouTube platform for helping me get this Christic message out all these years. And so our great work is not finished yet. Yeah? And I want to frame that or keep it. Let me keep that just so I don't scratch it or nothing. Let me keep this in here. Just real quick, guys. Woohoo! Yeah. Why not? In my lifetime, I should be able to get a 1,000,000th subscriber. Yeah. You hit a few viral videos, you know, it'll boost your channel. Do another one, boost your channel. It'll get there. I'm committed. Shikas Masur. Leave it down a little more instance, and we'll go into the 15-dimensional time matrix diagram. Have you seen the Matrix? It's not the same thing as the movie, okay? But this is a hologram field. The hologram of matter. 15 dimensions, 5 universal density universes. There's the cosmic system. We're not talking about the cosmic system. That's the higher God world. We're talking about the universal system, a multiverse. More than one universe is a multiverse. So we exist within a multiverse of 5 universes. And each of those 5 universes are made up of 3 dimensions: a bass tone, an overtone, and a resonant tone. Because when you create 2 tones, when you take those combine into a 3rd tone, now you have these 2 tones creating another tone, just like you have a mother and a father create together a 3rd being. It's called Trinity. So we have a universal Trinity. We have a cosmic Trinity. And I'll even show you that in Voyager's 1, actually. So it's harmonics. Harmonics of light spectra. Okay? And so it carries into consciousness, body matter, spiritual identities. Okay, it's part of our DNA. It's part of the Stargate system. This is all, we're all like together in the system, and there's so much life, different life fields, and it's all playing out in different timelines. So we have all these. So remember, this is the illusion of being physical. This is the illusion of being an individual. You're not physical. You're not an individual. But it's technology. It's consciousness technology. So you can experience that. So Source, God, the Guardians, we're using this technology so we can experience manifestation. Maybe you're new on a spiritual journey. You're like, I hear all these people saying the word, keep saying manifestation. What is that? Manifest. That which was non-manifest, that which was spirit, became physical. But remember, just like a virtual reality system, it's never physical. This system is never physical. It's all based on frequency. We've got vibration and oscillation, and you want to raise your oscillation, not your vibration. That's the lower spectrum. So we're raising our oscillation until it's returns back to antimatter, not anti. But let me show the diagram, and then you can see the difference between antimatter and antimatter. So I pronounce it a little bit differently so you can tell the difference. Antimatter, 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 anti. So where's my, is this the right? No, it's my far away glasses. Where did I put it? Oh, okay. Fumbling around for my glasses here. Let me just double check chat. And you guys, looks like we got a donation. And you guys, I survive off your donations. That is my income. Your help, your assistance, your donations, your exchange of energy is how I keep doing this for you full time. If you guys haven't noticed, I am making a video every single day, sometimes 2 times a day. Like today, I made 3. This is my 3rd video today. This is my service to you, and I don't have a boss, that pays me a paycheck. You guys are the ones. Your donations are my paycheck. This is how I survive and pay rent. So thank you so much for that support, you guys. So let me see who that was. I push viewer activity. Let me refresh the screen. Okay. Georgina, of course! And she wrote a comment. This channel is a bright light in all the darkness. Congratulations. Congrats. Thank you so much, Georgina. That means a lot coming from you, sister. And thank you for being a member for over 6 months. Or no, 3 months. So thank you so much. Bless you, sister. You've been a regular here, and I wish you the greatest. I mean, it's an honor to be walking this path with you. Thank you so much. Giannis is here. Hello, Julia. What's up, baby? Beautiful one. My twin flame is in the house. What's up? Much respect to you, my queen. We are planning 2020. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Celine. Let's read Celine's comment. We are planning a 2026 Sedona retreat in Sedona. This will be our 2nd one, by the way. This year, for any members wanting to come. This is for members, you guys. If you're not a member, become a member. It's only $5. You're supporting this work. You're supporting the Christos Guardians. We're the ones bringing in the teachings. We're the boots on the ground. We're transmuting the religious distortions, the occult distortions, the New Age distortions. Did I say that already? Cult, New Age, religion. And so, thank you for supporting this work. But yeah, we want people that we know. We want people that we trust, that have a record. Because we are protecting this space. We're protecting each other. Hopefully, if you want to come, you guys, we have a members area on Discord, and we put the Sedona information in there. And so you don't have to become a member, but that's who we're inviting to our Sedona trip. And so there's a lot of people we do know here who are regulars, who we see their frequency, we see what they say, we see that they align with these teachings. We don't want anyone who's not aligning with these teachings. There's no reason for you to even come if you're not, a student of the Emerald Covenant, Inner Christos, Law of One teachings. And we only want people who are, who have healed themselves of any type of anger or, any type of disrespect to members, or, we don't want that in our crew. So we would kindly ask that you don't apply or come to our teaching, because we're going to actually be practicing some of the techniques in this workshop, and we'll actually be doing things like the Sedona trip is about group coming together. But of course, we're in Sedona for a reason too. It's one of the 7 vortices on planet Earth, not Stargate, not even a portal. The Guardians call them vortices. There's difference between stargates and vortices and portals, but like stargates are vertical. Stargates only take you to higher dimensions. Portals do not. So there's a hell of a lot more portals than there is stargates. There's only a few stargates. There's only actually literally 12 universal stargates. So they're numbered, but there's like countless portals that are natural, which is tonight's topic, by the way. There's portals in humans. It's called your chakra system. There's portals in planets. There's portals in suns, stars. Okay? So this is the highway of the time matrix. This is how you get around. You don't go light speed. Are you kidding me? That's what Star Trek wants you to think. That's what Star Wars wants you to think. BS! Oh, you can use those technologies, but you ain't going to no higher dimensions. You're not going into the higher realities, unless you use a Stargate. So, the Sedona trip is focused on one of the 7 vortices of Earth. I just so happen to live around it, so this is why I chose Sedona. I don't live by Machu Picchu. I've been there. I've been to that vortice. Oh, that's a Stargate, actually. There's one in Jerusalem. I don't live near there. I live by this one, Sedona, Arizona. It takes me 5 hours to get there, 6 hours. But still, that's where I grew up in Arizona. All my family, well, not some of my cousins, but most of my family are in Arizona, either Phoenix or Tucson. But Sedona is a very sacred space. It's where throughout history, it's got a record of guardian, locating there, being seated there. Literal angelic humans, not just angelic humans, but you would say magi tribes. Okay, I made an angelic human video recently. There's Asian, Chinese, you don't say Chinese because they don't have China in Tara, but Asian type of sub races. And I don't mean sub as in a negative thing. The Guardians call them sub as in part of a whole 12 tribe. Each tribe is one of the ones that make up the whole angelic human hybrid. And so this is part of why we choose this. This is a historical place for angelic humans and magi's. Indigo Holy Grail lines. Okay? We come to these specific vortices and stargates. So why not have a Christos avatar group there? So it's an honor to be meeting with each other, but it's also an honor to be around the Stargate or vortice. So, and it is part of the experience of coming to Sedona. You will experience the vortice. You will experience the paranormal. And some of us, those who want to, will also do medicine together if you want to, like psilocybin. I don't mean cannabis. Anybody, that will be part of those who want to do that. That's free will choice. But and that's just, I'm just saying that publicly as entertainment. If you want to do medicine while you're in Sedona, Arizona, that's up to you. That's where I'll leave it right there. But you guys, Sedona is expensive. Hotels are expensive. So we have a package deal around, it might change up or down a little bit. It's about $750 or $999, depending if you want your own, if you want to be included in the group Airbnb. So, for more details, if you have questions, let us know. But we're gonna be hiking. We're gonna have breakfast together, dinner together. We're gonna have a Native American. Most likely, it's not. We haven't chosen that person yet, but a tour guide taking us to these famous Vortis sites. We went to most of them, not all of them. We went to most of them last year, 2025 in September. This time it's happening in 2026. And if you think those prices are too high, you guys, I ask you to simply look on your own. How much it will cost you to get there, how much the flight costs, how much your hotel costs. It adds up. It's not cheap. It's a travel tourist location. Not just because all those people are spiritual. Maybe they are, but some of them have these different agendas for going to Sedona. But anyways, it's a very special time. It is a lifetime memory, man, of us coming together, and we will do some songs together. Some of these Guardian Emerald teachings together. I'm going to teach some classes there that are exclusive just to the Sedona group. And also, we're going to have some guest speakers there also teaching. I'm going to invite people like Nate. You've seen him on on one of our interviews, and Dara Akasha. She's a brilliant teacher as well. And whoever else between now and September that I get to want to come. I'm not rich. It's a volunteer thing. If you're interested in speaking at our Sedona group, I can't pay you. That's this time around. Maybe in future we'll have more backing, more resources, right? But for now, we're just coming together as a group and who's friendly, who respects each other. We don't want people who's dealing with issues. You're going to want to take care of your issues, you guys, because we're not going to tolerate that in the group. We will have to ask you to leave. There's going to have to be a deposit, you guys. We don't know yet. Maybe it's a few $100 deposit because we have to get the Airbnb reserved, and these things sell out. So we have to do this soon. Get a group of us who can at least together we can afford a Airbnb together. So that's what Celine was talking about. Please go to the members Discord chat if you want more information. You need to. I'll put it on Patreon too, but we're actually meeting in our communications on Discord. So check it out, you guys. Thank you so much for that. Bless you. And so, yeah, you guys, let me bring up the 15-dimensional time matrix. I'm going to put it on the screen, and one of my moderators, please put the link to purchase this is one of the ways I support my work, you guys, is selling this diagram. I sell t-shirts too. If you're interested in my Etsy shop, take a look. That's how I support myself. I can't do this. I can't do a 9-to-5 job. I mean, I would have to do a 9-to-5 job if I couldn't support myself. And this is one of the ways your brother Anuhazi supports himself. So, but this is also an excellent study tool. It's an excellent teaching tool. And you will see Ashana herself creating these diagrams to help you understand the 15-dimensional time matrix, the multiverse, the dimensions, 15 dimensions. And so let me bring it up. on Photoshop. And you guys have questions here tonight, you can ask Celine or Giannis for more details. Not everyone can make it, and that's okay. You know, it is expensive to travel to Sedona. So, you know, Sedona doesn't have an airport. You can't fly some major airport, and it's not convenient in that way. So that's part of the expense. You go fly to Phoenix, and then you gotta get some transportation to Sedona. You see what I'm saying? That's part of the issue. But it's kind of cool that it's secluded, right? So it's gorgeous, man. It's famous for its red stones, mountains. It's a wonderful time in weather-wise in September. Perfect time for weather. Not too hot, not too cold. Everything is green. It looks like another planet. So, all right, let me switch to. Or did I already switch? No, I already switched. I'm not talking still. All right, you guys, let me show you this. Let me refresh the screen. Keep hydrated. And anyways, when you go to conventions, you're going to end up paying between $500 to $1,000 easy. That is with any convention. I'm going to one in California, in LA. It's called the Alien Event. I'm going to another one that's in Sedona. It's called something about the Guardians or something. I forgot the name of it, but it's in Sedona in May. And there's there's also Contact in the Desert coming up. There's a lot of workshops at the beginning of 2026. And we're going to be one of them. We're not big. We keep it small, maybe 20 people. So, I mean, if there's more people that we trust and who are into the teachings, we can go up to 30. But I think I want to go higher than that, but we'll see. All right. This is called the 15-dimensional time matrix. Okay? Remember, this is not my opinions. This is complex teachings in the Emerald Order of Freedom teachings. It breaks it down in the Kathara Biospiritual Healing Workshop, but also other workshops. And actually, let me pull that up. Wait, it's still not showing me on that. What? Oh, let me say thank you, gratitude to real quick to our sister here. I have to go through all these windows, sorry. Video activity. Lauren Wisdom, woohoo, Star Sister. Oh, thank you for your congratulations, and it's a big deal to me. I put so much work into this channel. You know, along with that, sometimes it's stressful. But I thank you so much, Lauren Wisdom, for your support and for your congratulations. She said, congratulations on your plaque. We love you. And the retreat is going to be a banger. Love you, fam. Woohoo! Yeah, and that's another reason why we're telling you guys now in February about our event in September. You got time to save up some money. Machua. But don't wait to the last minute because, you know, it's limited space. We can only fit so many people in the Airbnb, and if it gets too big, then we're not together, you know. We might even have to share rooms if you're okay with that. Some people want their own space. This is why we offer a cheaper price. So now I can go back to the diagram. Oh. Why isn't it not changing over? Let me refresh the screen. It's giving me some issues, guys. Sorry, let me refresh the screen and see if the diagram's there. The diagram is supposed to be there. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Let me toggle it back and forth, back off and on. Oh my gosh. What? This hasn't happened before, so let me figure this out. I'm refreshing the screen. OBS shows it as going to... No, let me take my... See if I take that off, it's... What the hell? Let me close Photoshop and reopen it. Ugh. Thanks for your patience, guys. If anything, I'll use the photos on Windows if I have to. I don't want to, but I can open this in Photoshop too. I mean, PDF too. But I'm reloading Photoshop. Oh, that's trying to load. Let me show you the PDF then. PDF. Well, this is called Kathara Biospiritual Healing. This is where you learn from the guardians themselves about the 15-dimensional time matrix. Okay? Advanced Spiritual Healing Certificate Program based on Keylontic science. It's called Keylontic because it's based on chelons, which have to do with those ultra microparticle units. And this teaching's introduced to you not just the Merkaba, but it also teaches you about the morphogenetic fields. There's a personal one, there's a planetary one, there's a race one, there's a galactic one, you know. So this is it is the most advanced spiritual teaching on the planet. Let me see if that worked. What the hell is going on? Do any of you see the Photoshop? Okay, this ain't gonna control me. I will open this up in PDF. Excuse me. It has the nerve, right? Okay, so I gotta open in PDF. But what the crap? It's not showing my PDF either. What is going on, man? Will I have to stop this live and do a new one? It's not even showing my... Oh, there's the PDF. Okay, so we got the PDF. Okay, so this is called the Universal Templar Complex. And what's cool about the PDF, it doesn't go blurry. See, it doesn't go blurry. I can zoom in and zoom in to the detail. Okay, so, and that's what you buy when you get the time matrix diagram. You get the PDF. There's no blurriness. So, this is called the hologram of matter. Okay? The 15-dimensional time matrix. Have you seen the matrix? So, nothing is physical. It's all an illusion of physicality. It's an illusion of individuality. But all this life, all the beings that exist in everywhere, they're all God playing itself out. It's all source experiencing itself in the higher God worlds, but also in the different hologram systems. This is just one system, you guys, out of many. And I told you before, it comes with the particle matrix. Oh, this is cool because I can't even do that in the PDF. But I do want to switch this to the hand thing. And the antiparticle matrix. Okay? So, plus I can highlight. Cool. All right, so There's that third anomaly I told you about, the black hole system. It's called the phantom matrix. The bottomless pit, called by religions. They also call it the lake of fire, hell. The Greeks call it Hades. This place is talked about. It's a known place in the 15-dimensional multiverse. And we call it a multiverse because there's more than one universe. More than one. 5. And remember I told you it's broken down into different levels of matter, and we're in the Earth system, and so we're in carbon matter. This is what the scientists see. They only see our universe and our galaxies, all the trillions of galaxies or billions, however many stars we have in the Milky Way. They only see the atoms and the quarks, and they don't see the ultra microparticles. They don't see the consciousness. They don't see the God spark. They don't even believe in that stuff. What? Let me refresh this darn screen again. What? It's showing you an old... Do you guys see the time matrix diagram? Can you please let me know in chat if you see it? Because it's showing something I was talking about 10 minutes ago. What the hell, man? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I can't even show it you guys. So can someone write it in chat? I do not see it. Holy cow, maybe I can pull up a different source. So let me take the... So let me see if I can open another source and use my image. It was online. It was showing it for a moment, and now it's not showing it. Or maybe I could share my screen, but I don't know if that's safe, but I could share my screen. Media source. I don't even know if media source is what I want. No, that's not what I want. Okay. This is weird, man. Let me see if I can put it in. Well, I don't have an older Photoshop. I was gonna try an older Photoshop, but I don't have an older Photoshop. It was updated to 2026, so. Oh, really? You saw it? Yeah, I did see it too. That's crazy, man. There's my display capture. Oh, okay. Tell me if you see it now. Can you guys see that now? Oh, but it will show chat, and I'm trying not to show. This has never happened before where it was not cooperating with me, guys. So I think I'm gonna have to use this source right here. And tell me if you guys see this. Do you see this? Can someone write this in chat when I do this source? Yeah, you see it? Okay. All right, good. All right, so dang. I don't know what you guys saw, but or didn't see, but here we got the 15-dimensional time matrix, and it's 950 billion years. Yes, it does have a beginning, and so the Guardians call it the Universal Templar Complex because Templars are stargates. There's 15 stargates, universal stargates, but they also call it the hologram of matter. It's a hologram field. And so I was trying to show you Cathara, and let's see, I'll scroll down to Cathara. Let me see this Universal Templar Complex, Cathara tree. Well, let me go to the beginning where it shows a simple diagram. And you guys, we can give you this diagram as well for free. It's just a link that one of our moderators can give you. It's this whole workshop. Structure of dimensions. Well, let's go to see. Let me zoom out a bit, and then go up the pages. Primal substance, holographic template. See the externalization of life. That means the manifestation, what you see out in the matrix. The externalization of life, you can also call it the manifestation. You know, that which was spirit becomes physical, or the illusion of physicality, and the illusion of individuality, are holographic projections of consciousness. Remember, I told you consciousness is energy, and energy is consciousness. It's the same thing. It's the same substance. Created through intrinsic order. That means natural order. They're all connected, interconnected. So a connecting order of energetic relationships. Energetic relationships represent interrelationships of consciousness because it's all source is consciousness. All of our consciousness being played out in this intrinsic order, in this 15-dimensional time matrix order. Okay, this is an intrinsic system. It's all interconnected as explained in these in Cathara. And it will talk to you. Reality is thought construction. The core substance of the cosmos is consciousness. The core, the thing that's underneath everything, underneath the hood of physical life, underneath the hood of our physical, so-called physical reality. Nothing is truly solid. As I was explaining earlier, I just gotta keep checking in chat because of this BS. Okay, so human consciousness emerges through an order of dimensionalization. As you see in here, it's an order of dimensionalization. 15 dimensions, that's why it's called the 15-dimensional time matrix. So you're a human, but you're multidimensional. You have these Templar. And the original Templar of the angelic human is 12 strands, 12 dimensions. We encompass all the way up to 12 dimensions. The other three are the higher universal trinity. We're not talking about that. We're talking about anything within the 12th dimension or lower. The humans encompass that in their consciousness. We have multi-dimensional memory, multi-dimensional connection, you guys, because we originally have 12 strands. But when you're on Earth, all of these higher strands are asleep in your dormant DNA. Even the scientists acknowledge that 97%, this is what they say, 97% of your DNA is dormant. What is it? What is that DNA? It's this, all of this asleep. But you go on a journey of awakening these like the heart Templar, heart chakra, the throat Templar, the third eye Templar. You awaken those up. You learn how to open those chakras. Those are opening up your identities, your astral identity, your archetype identities, plural, your celestial identities, angel identities, your archangel identities. Okay, your avatar avatar identities. Even the 12th one is the Christos avatar. Nowadays labeled Christ consciousness. Has nothing to do with Jesus, except that Jesus was one of these avatars and came from the 12th dimension. So that's where the word Christ is coming from. It's coming from Christos, 12th dimensional ray with pure white light spectra. This is dark silver spectra, dark blue, silver spectra, gold spectra, violet, the crown chakra, indigo, the third eye chakra. No, it's not purple. It's not blue. It's freaking indigo. And if you took blue and you mixed it with violet, you get indigo. So this is something that you can activate. Any angelic human can learn how to activate their third eye, their throat, or their heart Templar. And those are identities. Those are also timelines, future timelines. Come on, 21,000 years in the future, 39,000 years in the future, 100,000, 300,000 years, 800,000 years in the future. These are all levels of who you are. These are your identities. You have not just the earth identity, you have 1,728 identities. All beings do, a minimum. Because you didn't start as pond scum. You didn't start as a big bang. You didn't start as a monkey. That is disgusting, ridiculous, absurd science. It's not science. It's a distortion, intentional distortion. You come from above and fall to below. You don't start from below. There is no such thing as evolution in that regard. That evolutionary theory is total BS. You don't go upwards from an ape into a human into whatever. You do the opposite. You start as this high-level avatar, and you have literally 144 avatars here. You have 144 avatars in the parallel universe here. Okay? So you have oversouls here, but you have oversouls over here. Souls here, you have souls over here. And incarnates. It's complex, but this is what we're capable of. This is what humans are part of. What starseeds are part of. What indigo children are part of. You're spiritual badasses, homie. But you got religion telling you you're a sinner and you're separate from God. This is unified field. You can't be separate from God. It's one God, one self, one love, one thought, one heart, one mind. This is fundamental. The law of one is fundamental. You can't be separate from God. You're not a sinner. Those are fallen angelic teachings. Religion is a fallen angelic creation. Worship is a fallen angelic practice. Worship is exchanging of energy. And people in religion are doing that with their free will. Here's my energy. Here's my worship. They forgot that they're part of Source God. They forgot they're part of the one heart, part of the one thought, the one self. They forgot. They think you're separate from God because religion tells you, because the fallen angels tell you that. These fallen angels, the Anu Elohim, Father God. This is the Galactic Federation people. This is the Ashtar Command people. This is the Enoch people. This is the Thoth Inky people, Lilitan. Okay, this is the Enlil, the Inky, and the Marduks telling you they created you. BS! These beings are ETs from planet Nibiru. There's even the Marduk Anunnaki. Look what they are, insectoid hominids. Let me double check chat. Okay, so I'm glad there's no problems. If there's any problems, just make sure you guys tell me. So... this is the multiverse. It's profound. It's amazing. It's just helps you understand so much. You got the different levels of life force in the different universes. Like in these 3 universes, here's 1, 2, and 3. Or you could just go zoom in and say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In these 3 universes, there's a life force energy called Kundalini. Dimensions 1 through 9. Okay? Kundalini. And so dimensions 1 through 9, that encompasses these 3 universes. There's Kundalini energy, but that's not the highest. As you can see, there's the Christos energy called Maharata life force, dimensions 10 through 12. That's only this universe. The avatar level, liquid light, crystal liquid, hydroplasmic prematter. Okay, that's where you experience Maharata. It's greater than Kundalini. There's no comparison. But the Christos is not the highest, is it? Look at the different, there's 6 levels above the Christ, above the Christos. So it's not all high and mighty, so to speak. It's not the highest level. You still got room to grow, holy ones. But it sure is the highest level in the density matter. I mean, in the manifestation levels. These are not manifestation levels. They're antimatter. They're always here. They're eternal life. They don't go back to the Kundalini. And they don't go back to the cosmos. They're staying here forever. So this is not part of alien races. This is not part of planets. Okay, so those start from 12th dimension and down. And these levels have a higher life force called the Ki Riche. This is a level of frequency, but it's also a level of identity. Okay, it's a level of life force, and so we have Kundalini, we have Maharata, which is the one you do your Maharic seal. Notice Mahara is Christ, Christos, inner Christos, and then there's the Ki Ra She, Ki Ra She. Also the teaching Ka Tha Ra, Kathara, Ki Ra She, Kunda Re. Kunda Re, man, it's a cosmos field. This is where the ascended masters, which are eternal gestalts. They're not people. They're not persons, individuals. These are eternal collectives. They have levels of consciousness. Like we have ET levels, extraterrestrial beings. All these beings are extraterrestrials, and these, all the way up to the 12th dimension. These are ETs. But then you got something called MTs, or metaterrestrials. Those are the universal trinity. The blue flame, the gold flame, the violet flame, the Elohai, the Seraphi, the Brahmarama. Okay, that's the Ki Riche level. Then you have something called the ultra-terrestrials. Those are non-dimensionalized. They're the ascended masters, the eternal gestalts of consciousness, what you call the cosmos or the cosmic logos, the Unisai matrix. That's another word for source or God, is the Unisai. And if you guys get this diagram, you can do the same thing I'm doing. You can peruse this diagram with lightning speed, baby. Lightning clarity, no blurriness. Woohoo! So there's the Unisai, the central point of all. Did you notice, do you understand what the word all means? It doesn't mean some. It doesn't mean believers only. It doesn't mean chosen ones. It means literally all. Maybe you're some bug on the Earth system. Maybe you're some little ladybug, some cockroach. Maybe you're a rat. You're still part of the one. You're still part of the Unisai. You're still part of the central point of all union. You're God. All are God. not some, not a few. God's not separate from you. It's all. It's also can be called the eternal consciousness of the one all, also called the Great Spirit or Source. Some people choose to call it God. So now this is all the unified field. It's all part of Source, and so it's a hologram field that has been given free will. Now all these beings have made their free will. The Oraphim, the Syrians, the Nordics, the Turanesium angelic humans, the Pleiadians, the Bigfoot, the Nordics, the Anunnaki, the Inky, Enlil, Marduks, they all had free will. That's the Emerald Covenant. This system is based on free will. It's based on love. This was supposed to be, this 15-dimensional time matrix was supposed to be a place like a playground. Some playground, right? The free will was abused, consciousness fell, and now we have these twisted beings. Now, I just want to keep checking chat in case there's anything wrong. Okay. So this is the drama that has happened in our time matrix. Now we have hatred. Now we have jealousy. Now we have anger. Now we have beings that want to destroy or harm or torture or, kill. This is now like a parasitical energy in our time matrix. So now, because of that parasitism, Source, the Guardians, created security in the time matrix to protect and to hold the universal law of one. So that was the Azarites originally. The Azarites were the original guard, the original security team. Let me show that too, the security team. There's some of it right here. The universal, Azarite, I just showed you Azarite, the Universal Templar Security Team, created by the founders of the IAFW, that's this group, Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, IAFW. So the IAFW created this founders races of the IAFW to allow members of the Ayani, which is the Ascended Masters, Janus, Elder Council from the Energy Matrix to incarnate. So Azarites, hello, I know Oceana's an Azarite because I saw her. I saw myself as an Azarite. We're part of that Universal Templar Security Team. The Azarite race line is the originator of all Ayani races in density. If you consider yourself an Ayani, a Janus, then you might as well consider yourself an Azarite. The Guardians are telling you that. So it's not a question of if, you are an Azarite. I've seen myself, man. It is glorious! Sorry to shout, but it was freaking unbelievable, man. It was glorious. This Azarite being, these Azarite children, oh my gosh. They are our forefathers of the Oraphim, who are the forefounders of the angelic human. So you could say it's the consciousness of the Ascended Masters, the consciousness of these higher guardian groups. So we have this levels of frequency, just like the time matrix is levels of frequency. The Kundalini, the Kirashe, levels of frequency. It doesn't mean levels of who's better. We don't play the hierarchy game. That's the fallen angels do that. We're all equal in Source God. We know we're all part of the God. We love each other as God. We treat each other as God. But the angels, fallen angels don't. So the Azerites, because of this fallen consciousness, look at all this fallen races, man. And this is just some of the legions. The Dracon legions, Draconians, the Dragon legions, those fallen angel legions, the Omicron Dragomoth legions. There's all kinds of legions now. Because of that, well, the Guardians created the Azerites security. They, what do you call it? The Guardian Alliance being the lowest one, being the youngest one, that was a little bit older than the angelic humans. 8 million years older than the angelic humans. Or 10 years. So they created that because of the fallen angelic warring, and they were conquering planets, they were enslaving other races. Well, they created Azerite Universal Templar Security Team. Now, this was a long, long, long time ago. You know what the humans are? The humans are supposed to replace that. We're supposed to be the new guards. That's why we're not better. We're just unique, that we're guardian race. Angelic humans, we're angels, or a guardian angelic race in the fifth dimension, 5D. This is why you hear all this talk about 5D. What's 5D? The fifth dimension. The earth humans are in the third dimension. Yeah, with this diagram, I can go so much faster on PDF, man. That's cool. So, Machiwa, Holy Ones. I had to keep hydrated. Oh my gosh. This is a week and a half of no smoking for me. No smoking. So Tuesday will be, Tuesday. Tuesday will be 2 weeks of no smoking. And a lot of the inflammation is now healed. Not all of it. There's a little bit left. So I'll keep on not smoking. But we want to make sure we're trying to eat healthy, that we're trying to have lives based on unity. This is a unified field. We're supposed to be in unity, behaving like we're a unified field. Not at war, not in jealousy, not in competition, not in hierarchy. Okay? We're supposed to be equal in the way we treat each other. If one person can hold more consciousness, it doesn't make them better. Okay? In the law of one, in omni love, no one's better than another. But this is how people treat each other, though. Some people think they're better, or they're chosen ones. They're not. Hear me again. Maybe you're in the audience and you think you're a chosen one. No, you're not. This is literally talked about in Voyagers. It is the fallen angelic Father God group, the Anu Elohim group, the Toth Enoch group, who came up with that term. Fallen angels came up with the idea of Father God. They came up with the idea of chosen ones. And what you're chosen for is the just like the Israelites think they're the chosen people of this God. That's not a God. That's an ET claiming to be source. It's not. Right? This God, not a God, this ET God, says it created everything. It created all of you. No, it did not. It's not source. It's part of the blue flame, but it's not source. It's an avatar. While humans are in the soul level, the angel level, avatar is way up there, but part of our lineage is the Anuhazi. They're 12th dimensional, much higher than the Father God group. Fallen angelic, pissed off, angry, burning angry God. That's a demonic frequency. This pissed off, angry God judges, kills. This is not source. This is not reverent respect. This is not honoring free will. God doesn't judge you. Source doesn't judge you for whatever choice you make. There's no punishment. There's no judgment. Even though some of you want that person to pay, there's no that is not how this time matrix works. This is not how that consciousness works. So, and you don't have to agree with these Guardian Emerald Order teachings. Maybe you prefer an angry God. Maybe you prefer to humanize God. You think God looks like us, or you think we look like God, as in God's a human being, huh? So forget all the other life that looks totally different than a human being. We're not the center of the universe. Oh, we're guardians, but again, we're not the center of the universe. We're also not the most highest incarnations, are we? There's other higher incarnations than 12-strand diamond sun humans. Okay? There's beings with 24 strands. It's called Orifeme. The Orifeme are the ones who created us. So they're much higher in DNA, in consciousness, spirit. But there's beings greater than that. There's an Emerald Orifeme, which has up to 48 strands. Same with the Azarites, the ones who are the Universal Templar Security Team. So that's part of this learning about creation, is learning about all these different levels of identity that you go through. You're going to ascend somewhere. You're ascending through the different levels, the different dimensions, the different matter densities. Now, let me explain matter density. PDF. So there is the matter that we're familiar with called carbon matter. Okay? You can't see through us. We're not transparent like these beings. These beings are transparent a little bit. They're 50%. I'll say that again. Everything that exists in the second universe is, you could say, 50% less dense than we are. They're ghost-like. If we saw them from our level, if they interacted with you, they would look like spirits. But there's no such thing as spirit. It's always beings who live in different density matters. Did you see this, what Kathara said? I have to go down the page. Oh, I don't think it was this page. I think it was where it said unified field. Intrinsic order. See, the beings in the fifth dimension are in a higher matter density. So, where's my hand symbol? I guess the hand symbol's. So, well, let me go back to the diagram, because beings that are at this level, first of all, we can't see each other without some type of psychic interconnection. But most of these beings are psychic, and most of the beings on Earth are not psychic. Only a small proportion of the planet still have that connection. Most humans, and I do mean probably 6 billion plus humans, do not have psychic potential. I mean, they have potential. They don't have that activation. And it's probably a lot worse, or there's probably a lot less of humans that are, but for some people who are experiencing paranormal, they have some type of activation. It's not really paranormal. It's not really supernatural. It is natural of the 15-dimensional time matrix. So we're just trying to remember that again. Let me refresh my screen. I thought it was on the diagram. Yeah, it's on a diagram. Okay. So when you start to open your higher chakras, like the heart chakra, you're going to remember more. You activate your throat chakra, you're going to remember more. How do you open your chakras? Because I get that question. Well, this is why we encourage you to go to the Biospiritual Healing workshop, PDF as well. I don't see triadic phase currents on this bookmark, so let me just close the bookmarks and look for, or even just search triadic, because this is how you activate open chakras. Triadic phase. I'll put phase. Triadic phase. Triad as in 3. Phase. Triadic phase. Just so you, some people, I encourage you guys to go into Kathara groups. Create a group of you and study and watch the workshop together. Read the Kathara manual together. Ask questions together. It's good to get in groups and study this information. Eventually, your brother Anahazi is I plan on doing that before Sedona, because we want to do technique together in Sedona. So we're going to have videos of how to do it. There's the Ashan, the MCEO videos, but I want to break it down so easy for beginners to understand and start practicing it. There's nothing stopping you from doing that now. I'm just saying, I think we can definitely make it shorter than 20-hour workshop like the original. The original is 20 hours long. Most people can't even sit through an hour, much less a half hour, much less 10 minutes, much less 5 minutes. So that they would say they wouldn't even think about watching a 20-hour workshop, right? But page 179. Triadic, 4 primary triadic healings, 12 phase currents, triadic phase currents, there it is. On page 183, triadic phase currents, there's also a little diagram if I could find it. Let me just go down. Tells you how to use the balls. This is triadic phase currents, baby. Pale silver is one color, green would be another color, and violet. See, three rays. RAYS, 3 rays, 3 frequencies. And they tell you how to move them through your body, through your palms, if you're doing healing. Okay? They tell you how to hold your hands, not like it's not the same as Reiki. Okay? So you keep on asking me, how do I open my chakras? Well, the guardians teach you exactly how to open your chakras. Let me see if I can find that diagram. There's some more of the diagram, or the technique. They use symbol codes. This is based on light, color, sound, symbol codes. Here's a symbol code. It's a Merkaba field. Not the 6-pointed David star, but people will call it that. This is a Merkaba, 2-dimensional Merkaba. You use it symbolically. And you connect to it. And you see it in the correct light spectra. What the hell, man? Why is it not zooming in? I don't know. Oh, no, it's zoomed in too close. I must be wigging it out. It's wigging out. All right. Well, let me use this little feature here. I can see it faster. Is that it? Yeah. Remember, it was showing you in the diagrams, and it teaches you in this PDF, and then in the video workshop, it'll tell you how to use 3 currents. First of all, let's say you wanted the third eye. The third eye. And it will tell you which currents to run to activate your third eye. No more asking people, how do I activate my 6th chakra? How do I open my throat chakra? The guardians tell you how through triadic phase currents. They also tell you where all the chakras are located. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, that's the shield. So you don't teach you shields like the Maharic shield or any of the other shields. They don't teach you that in other teachings. But that's not what I wanted, but I was just checking it out. There's the chakras. Their location, but this is a horrible black and white diagram. I got a better one. Let me see if I can open that for you guys. Give me a second. I know I can get it open here. Files. Christos avatar. 15 chakras. I got it in color, baby. And it's on my website, so you can just download it. So the third eye, indigo ray. The throat, blue ray. Notice the funnel. The funnel goes out, and the funnel in the front, and there's a funnel going towards your back. There's two chakras that are diagonal. The 8th and the 9th, which intersects the third eye. Notice there's a bunch of things happening around the third eye area. You got the third eye one. You got the thymus chakra and the thalamus chakra and the crown chakra all intersecting at the third eye. It's a, pituitary. You'll see reference to pituitary or the other one. What's it called? The pineal. So, but you got the solar plexus. You got the sacral. That's where your genitals are. Near your butt is the base chakra. But there's higher chakras below. What the hell? It's supposed to give me the hands pan. Okay. You got the one below, 6 inches below your feet. And notice the central body current goes all the way to the earth. So you have a connection to the earth. That's how your Maharic seals work. Your Maharic seal works through the earth. So you got the Maharic seal going through the earth, going through your central body current, through the feet chakra. So when I get lit or something, I can feel it, my feet chakra on fire. It's the chakra, baby. You also got something on minor chakras below your feet. You got chakras on the palms of your hands. You got chakras on your temples around here and the back of the head right here. Some near your shoulders, some near your pelvis area. You got some behind the knees. You got all kinds of, those are minor chakras besides the 15 chakras. Okay, but this shows you where they're located. There's ones above the head, 6 inches above the head, 1.5 feet above the head, and the one that's 3 feet above your head. I'm trying to zoom out. Okay, so the one the 14th one, 3 feet above your head, is universal 1. Okay, the one in outer space is oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that. What's up? I got some weird wiggy things going on. This is not my chakra diagram. What's up? But anyways, let me go back. I'm kind of getting let me see. I need to hydrate, guys. The main thing to understand about the multiverse, the time matrix. The time matrix is the multiverse. The multiverse is the time matrix. The thing you need, the important things to learn about the time matrix is the dimensions and the different levels of density matter. There's a difference between them. The dimensions, there's 3 each that make one universe, a density matter. For us, it's dimensions 1, 2, and 3 make up our universe. But we're not from the first universe. We're from the second universe. That's dimensions 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, third universe. 10, 11, 12, fourth universe. 13, 14, 15, fifth universe. So there's different levels of matter. The lowest universe is carbon matter. The second universe is carbon etheric matter. And so remember what I said, it's 50% less dense as we are. And then there's etheric matter. No more carbon. So this is why you shift into pure consciousness. And when you don't have a body, you don't have gender. So this is also the level, the third universe, starting at dimension 7, is where you no longer have gender. Okay? No body, no penis or vagina. No gender. So you see, gender is only a low-level experience in the 15-dimensional time matrix, in carbon matter and carbon etheric matter. Now, as soon as you get into etheric matter, density universe 3, now you can shapeshift. Now you can fly and levitate. And now you can teleport. You're not limited to a body anymore. Imagine what life is like when you're not limited to this body, where it's all based on this low-level energies and gasoline, and our body needs replenishing. It's so limited and primitive, right? When you think about it. So now there's beings above that, the etheric level. So just understand that that's the archangel level. Archangels can shapeshift, man. That's where gender ends. So there's no female, male archangels. But this is also where individuality ends. Remember the different levels of logos? You got the personal logos. Then you have the race logos. Then you have the planetary logos. So you go through this consciousness to super consciousness, to planetary consciousness, galactic consciousness, universal consciousness. And that's all dormant in your DNA, by the way. It's there. It's in your potential now. But it's not easy waking that up. Especially without the Kathara biospiritual healing. It teaches you how, the spiritual science how, like the Tradic phase currents, like the Huva bodies, like they teach you about all the things that are blocking us and how to unblock them, how to reverse the reversals, and it takes them 20 hours to explain it. So you guys, I encourage you to start studying, man. And if you could be part of a group study, then it's easier to, maybe someone else in the group knows how to explain it better, or whatever. Some people have the diagrams, some people don't. Some people have the workshop, some people don't. So coming into a group, you have more chances of successfully understanding these teachings. Right? So let me check in on chat. Yeah. So that's the main fundamental thing, is understanding that we have something called the personal Christos, you guys. A personal Christos, which is what? Remember, after the third universe, after the second universe, it's plural. You're a collective. The personal Christos is your personal collective. Your avatar collective of 1,728 selves. So 1,728 lifetimes, 1,728 timelines. I had someone ask me a question. I'm just aware of the... He said, Sophia, which is Gnosticism, which is the distortion, which is BS. But no, there's 1,728 timelines of your own family of consciousness, homie. And the indigo childrens have more because they have incarnated more. Up to 5,000 plus, 6,000 plus different personal Christos, personal family of Christ. So when you're psychic and become more psychic, you get to connect to some of those 1,728 identities, your identities. Sometimes you're male, Sometimes you're male and sometimes you're female, but you're mostly androgynous. Most of your personal Christos doesn't have gender. Okay? So people put too much stock in gender. That's a small piece of life. Most life doesn't have gender. I mean, there's even asexual beings. Come on. There's different kinds of modes of gender, but that's just temporary. But people are going to continue to make big deals about gender in their teachings, in their thinking. They're going to make inequalities in gender. It's so... When you start to wake up to truly your identity as a multidimensional collective and not some person with sexual anatomy, you're more than that. You're more than sex, even though we love sex, most of us, right? There's more to life. You're not going to have sex all the time, are you? Because you're not going to have gender all the time. Sorry for the noise. So they're not having sex, baby, in Gaia, which is level density 3. They're not having sex as avatars, honey. So they're just doing other things. They're still in ecstasy with God in some way. Doesn't have to be through, genital gratification. Okay, you're going to experience joy other ways, right? But I've actually had an experience like that. And if I think about it, I think it was cannabis, man. When I had no tolerance back in the day, I didn't have tolerance. And so it hit me super hard. And so while some people demonize cannabis, you guys, it's a plant medicine that has so many properties of healing. I got something from the dispensary weed that poisoned me. I don't know what it was because I don't know anyone else having the same problem I have. I don't know one single person who has lymphatic inflammation from cannabis. I'm the only case in the universe? I doubt it. Surely there's someone else who's had lymphatic inflammation. But anyways, it's a healing plant nevertheless. It still helps you connect, or you don't need it. Don't take me out of context, please, because some people do. But there's no reason why you can't co-create it if you're a God sovereign free. You have free will to decide. And if you're surrounded by other God sovereign free people, they're not going to judge you. They're going to love you. They could, and if you ask them advice, they will tell you. Otherwise, you're projecting. That's what fallen angels do. We don't project. We don't look at someone badly based on what they wear. People are judging me on my hair all the time. And these are supposedly people who care about me. I like your gray hair better, So people are stuck in the superficial. People are stuck in the gender mode. People are just stuck on this low level of consciousness. And because that's what it is. It's three-dimensional level. When you're still caring so much about the outside appearances, or it's limiting to your own journey, man. You're going to be stuck, not awakening, not expanding. You're going to be stuck. And you don't have time for that. We have time to get our shit in order. Excuse my language. You have time to heal, get your awakening going on, and stop judging people, stop projecting on people, stop jealousy and anger. What the hell? You got anger. Right? Some people are still like this Father God who's got some issues when he's got burning anger. If someone has burning anger, you would want them to go see someone or talk to someone to mellow out. Maybe smoke some weed. Father God needs to smoke some weed. And then this Father God, it's a he apparently, now that genitals, or that gender is a low level. So this Father God's a low level. He's still a dude. He's a he. So it's a low level entity that has anger issues. Oh, by the way, it also likes to murder children and men and women and animals. This being is also into sacrifice, into casting black magic. You know, in for example, in Egypt, it casted all those horrible black magic chaos spells, which is all about death, which is all about sacrifice. It's about blood covenants. So that's the negative side of creation in the matrix. That's the distortion. That's what we're trying to heal. That's what we're trying to expand beyond. So thank you guys for hanging with me tonight. Let me check, see if anyone actually supported my work tonight. I hope so, because this is my third video tonight. I'm exhausted. I can't wait to eat and replenish myself. So it would be awesome if somebody supported this work. Etheric, 11 dimensions, Holy One. Thank you so much, Etheric, 111 dimensions. Bless you, and thank you so much for that exchange of energy, because I can't do it without you. Much love, much respect to you. Hope you're doing good in your journey, right? Somebody got 1111? Yeah? You guys, it's crazy. Like me and my girlfriend, my twin flame, Julia, we constantly get numbers all the time. No joke, no exaggeration. I'm talking about 5-6 numbers a day, average. One time it was like 9 or 10 times a day. I have to sneeze. Or not. Like crazy. When you get two indigos together and they love each other, you're going to get all kinds of synchronies, and we have been. So that's so amazing, so cool. I'm never going to get tired of those synchronies. It's just beautiful when it happens. 144, 1111, 555, 444, 111, 2222, triple trinity, 333. I mean, ask her. It's real. It's no exaggeration, man. And I know some of you are having the same thing, the same synchronies, the same hello from the universe. You're doing something right. You got something going on. Congratulations, Holy Ones. Let me see if there was questions in the Discord, because Julie puts questions there. Let me see. Starman! He wrote me a message. Thank you, brother. Woohoo! Still in limbo. Bless you, brother. I understand. That's 3D life, right? Putting people in limbo. Love you, man. Hope you come to our Sedona group. Let me see what Giannis. Got some questions from Star Child. Christos Avatar TV. I don't speak Hawaiian like you do, brother, but I know it's positive vibes. Thank you, man. Loa, thank you very much. Much love and reverent respect to you too, man. What's up? Powerful one, ancient one. We got Drop of Flame, Chris Avatar TV, bless you. And yes, so true. So, separation from God's source. She meant no separation from God's source. We are never alone. You said it, sister. Same. I got it after a good while now. I know. Blessed, brother. Thank you so much, Drop of Flame. Bless you, sister. Nikki. Woo! Yeah, guys, it's been a long day. This has been a long Saturday for me. So I think I'm going to wrap it up right now. So yeah, let me blow my nose real quick, because I want to tell an I don't know what happened to the diagram tonight, but I still was managed to teach from it, from the PDF version. How do you mute this? All right, guys, thank you for that. Shaddai. What? USB device unrecognized? Okay. Shaddai Urea Kuntan. Shaddai Urea Kuntan. Shaddai Urea Kuntan. Omedai Patuma. Omedai Patuma. Patuma Hedeta Hekumna. Omedai Patuma. Tretila Iderna. Tretila Iderna. Dharma Hekenta Hekumna. Omedai Patuma. Song of Lyra. Sing some psalms with us in Sedona, you guys. I hope some of you are going to want to come and join us on this sacred journey for all of us. It'll be sacred for all of us in Sedona 2026. September, baby. Go to the members Discord room for Sedona. Have any questions? DM me, DM Celine or Giannis. Thank you, guys. Thank you for hanging with us tonight. Yeah, what's up? Spiritual gangsters in Christos. Yeah. Much respect to all of you. Angelic humans, Azarites, Oraphim, Indigo homies, Azarites, Oraphim, Guardian Alliance. Blessings to the shield. Blessings to Christic beings, wakening, trailblazing, way showing. Thank you, guys. Let me just look at chat one last peaceful moment. Yeah, baby. Giannis! Giannis, my girlfriend. My baby. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Bless you. I can't wait to spend time with you. See you on Valentine's. Much respect to my queen. Much respect to Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine representing the Christos. Wouldn't have it any other way. Blessings to all of you guardians and awakening homies. You don't have to be masters or gurus. You even have to be perfect. We're not. Just realize that you want to be your highest version of yourself. Much respect, you guys. Thank you to all my moderators, Mr. Madism, to Starman, to Indigo Wizard, to Sarah Holder, and Celine, and Giannis, and Little Alien, and did I forget anyone? Please forgive me. Oh, our new member, Kirsten. Did I forget anybody? If I did, you can be mad at me. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Thank you for being moderators and supporting this teaching and this group of Christic people awakening. And thank you, all you regulars, all you people, beloved people who are still coming on Saturdays and Tuesdays. Thank you so much for being here with us. You know, you can't make it all the time, but the replays are there. And I'm on a space of gratitude, homies. This is an honor, and I couldn't have done this without you guys. I couldn't have done this without you guys. This is a milestone. This is our milestone together. Blessings to all of you. Have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you guys, or see you guys on Tuesday. We won't have a live on next Saturday because I'll be with my wife. I call her my wife. She calls me husband. I'll be with my wife on Valentine's Day, but I'll be here next Tuesday, and I'll be on the Tuesday after that. Have a beautiful evening. Machiwa. I'm going to put this back in the package.